League House 777. This is about someone who's pretending to be homeless or forced to stay in their chariot. Ava Carl, you can follow her videos on YouTube if you seek. But you gotta watch this kind of stuff, because there are those who actually are dwelling like that. And there's those who are pretending like a mole sent to tear or deconstruct something down. You can check out these videos yourself to see that there are people who are actually living like that. But if you hear these videos, you'll see that she's speaking like this is a convenience, it's fun, it's wonderful, it's not a problem at all. So that way then those would not take pity and not help those who are in need. So check this out and send her message. Don't support it, but don't make this think that this is a safe living for people.
Hi there, my name's Ava and I live in my car. Today I just wanted to talk a little bit about what actually led up to me living in my car. It's not something I decided overnight, it was actually a progression of things over several years that led up to me realizing, hey, I don't need a house, I prefer living in my car, this is what I want to do. So it actually started I ended up renting the house and I could afford it. It was at the top of my budget. I didn't like the idea of paying that much money, but it was something I could do. But I thought, why would I not Airbnb this every now and then? I can get my own Airbnb, like just a room for maybe $50 a night, and then rent this for like $300 or more per night.
Do you hear this?
So I did start doing that, and yeah, it was great. It was a pretty good source of income. It really brought down the average monthly price of the rent because I was able to rent it consistently enough.
This maiden, Ava of the House of Carl, says that she went to a place to pay 50 spinning units and had it abode and purposely charged people 300 spinning units an evening. This is a shyster, but there's people who are living in their chariots, living in that difficulty. If anything, this most likely is a scam. This is a scam to shut down those who are in need of your help. And those who are in need of your help, you need to help them, not support those who are tearing this down. It's just like somebody pretending to be a mole from an organization to tear a company down. That's what you're hearing here. She's not suffering, she's not in need, but there are those in their chariots, are those in this lands and other lands who are in need. So this kind of person should not get supported. If anything, she's trying to make it seem like it's no big problem, and then constables or city people, wherever they might be dwelling, those kind of people would get harassed, families would probably get thrown out on the street because this maiden is choosing to leave her upscale house, her living situation, out of greed. That means she has an agenda. This Ava Carl and has an agenda to make people who are staying in their chariots, who are staying in difficult situations, to not be able to, by seeing it as if it's not important at all. She's revealing trade secrets. She said she makes $10,000 a stage, and she chooses to deliberately stay in her chariot. That means that she's trying to get people not to think it's a big deal. If there's any decency in any of you, you would not support this kind of stuff and keep supporting those who are actually in need. Don't fall for this. This is the way corruption happens, by these moles. This is League House 777.
And have peace and quiet, do things on my own terms, and actually pay nothing. So I started just staying in my car every time I Airbnb'd, and the time would fly by. I would actually always have a good time that weekend because I would be out and about. I wouldn't be just sitting at home doing nothing, and as I've mentioned before, that's the reason why I actually like living in my car full time too.
You heard out of her own mouth that that's her preference. Now, if you're looking at her, and this is only her videos, so I'm sure that she's not truly staying in her chariot. If anything, she's trying to make a campaign for those who are dwelling on hard moments or having a tough difficulty, to make sure that they don't get help. Look at her clothes. Look at her hair. Look at her face. Look at it's exfoliated and clean. And there's nothing wrong with being clean if someone's staying in their chariots. But there is something wrong with lying, with being dishonest and corrupting something and some people that has no thing to do with it. Like those, like I would have to say, like squeegee kids, who there were those who were probably washing windows, but then the gangs infiltrated them. And then, or just like on YouTube, where there's those who are venting their opinion about problems in their communities, and then racial supremacist groups snuck in. These are moles, but in this situation particularly, there has to be a line, and you people have any hearts, you have to care about that line. You have to care about a line that should not be crossed, and those people who are in need should not be crossed by people like this, Ava of the House of Carl. I have to let you make your own choice, but make the right one. Just choose love, choose to lead.